Yes, everybody, welcome to my channel. I nearly said another channel then, but it isn't that. Thank you guys for joining us. United have finally exorcised the demons. We win away from home.
I can't believe it. I mean, I know it's been, what, March? It seems longer.
Jesus Christ,
it seems
7 months.
7 months. Just 7. Just the 7 months.
Just a quick 7 month, not a problem.
It's amazing that, I know we've finished the season badly, we've started the season badly, but you think we should be even worse than this, considering we've not won in that time. It's like, we've almost got away with it. Like, I don't know, it's been so long and it's been so bad. And
it's not like you go, oh, we only faced the European elites in that time. No. Not really.
It's been Europa League.
It's been pretty ordinary.
Bottom half teams.
Jesus. Yeah. So we finally did it. It wasn't a good performance.
No.
But I'll tell you this for free. I don't give a fuck.
No.
I don't give a fuck about Europa League, full stop, until it's the final and it's the greatest competition the world's ever seen.
Well, it is. At that point.
Obviously.
In May.
Yeah. Which, I've all my life wanted to win. And if we don't win it, then I want to win the Europa Conference, because we never won that and we want to complete football.
When does that start, next year?
It's even next year or the year after, yeah.
I can't wait for that.
So there you go. Like, I don't care. I don't care for the competition, full stop. No. And I think I said to a couple of people on the phone this afternoon, and it might have been to some of you guys when I came in, I don't give a toss about this competition. Like, if we sacrificed tonight for getting players back to fitness and won on Sunday, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Now, I'd be delighted if we win tonight and win on Sunday. Of course I would.
Yeah.
But ultimately, what matters to me is the bread and butter of the Premier League.
Yeah. Well, talking about getting players back to fitness then, obviously we saw Martial today, we saw Wan-Bissaka back after his breakout. Do you think that just getting them through the game was almost as important as the result?
Well, tonsillitis isn't an injury, is it? So,
no, but that's what Mason Greenwood was out with as well, isn't it? It's a strange one. Anytime it's an illness, you always think, what's going on there? But it's hard to know, isn't it? I think Martial certainly was injured for a lot longer than we thought he would be.
Yeah.
He played the full 90 minutes tonight.
Yeah, and maybe he didn't look great, but do you know what? I don't know if he did, actually.
He certainly played the first.
Well, he started, didn't he? So let's call it that. So, I think he didn't impress me tonight. Lingard didn't impress me tonight. Mata didn't impress me tonight. And I think a lot of the reasons for that was because we don't have a creator or a conductor in midfield that's able to knock it around and spread it out there. I thought we lacked it. And the bright sparks was, Ollie's praised. I mean, I could have told you this before kickoff. Ollie was going to have praised Jimmy Garner. I didn't think it was a good performance from Jimmy Garner. No. But you accept this from youngsters making their debut. Yeah, making his debut. In that atmosphere, his probably legs are still shaking. Yeah. So I accept it from Jimmy Garner and I go, let's build on it. Yeah. Like, let's see what we got, because we know there's a player in there. Let's get some of that experience under his belt. What I really want to see more of, as the title alludes to, is Brandon Williams in the fucking Premier League. Yeah. First choice, left back. Yeah. Because we sort of mentioned it on the Paddock stream. And do you know what? Paddock streams are actually getting some rate love because they're carnage.
Yeah, yeah. It was good.
Look, if you don't really give a fuck about the football...
Especially Europa League, come on, have a laugh.
It's just a load of lads having a laugh. Yeah. So come and check it out. Apparently Joe's mic might not be off. Maybe talk into it a bit better. See how that works.
I'm sat right here. I mean, just in the mouth there.
I think hopefully that's better for you.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think it was struggling a little bit before when we tested it. We'll find out in a sec. One of you want to have a quick watch of it? Brandon Williams was a big plus for me. Without him making that drive into the box, which is something that he's kind of known for. And what I will suggest is Luke Shaw no longer does that.
Yeah, I know. And it's weird. It's one of those things where, like, we know that with this style and even the 4-2-3-1, that you need those overlapping fullbacks that to overcome the sort of lack of creativity in midfield. You need overlapping on the wings. And Shaw, and Young, you'll almost give him a pass because he's too old. He just can't do it. But Young, Shaw, there's no reason why he isn't more of an attacking threat than he is. I don't know whether it's a fitness thing, it's a mentality thing. He's still, you think of the broken leg, but that was 3 years ago.
He did that prior to.
He used to do it, yeah, and he doesn't do it anymore. He doesn't get past the winger. Well, like you said, we saw Brandon Williams tonight surging into the box and winning a penalty, which was basically some of the best attacking play we saw all night from United.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, lads, what do you think about this one? Brandon Williams, first choice, left back for Manchester United. Give me a like for yes and a downvote for no. Nearly 700 of you watching. I want to see what you guys think.
Yeah.
I think that there's probably things he can do better in a game, but I think it's a bit of an on-the-job training time now, and let's see him on the job.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of players are getting, a lot of people, and fans are getting a bit fed up of Luke Shaw. Guy's forever injured. It's annoying.
Yeah, he's injured a lot.
He gets a decent run in the team when it's contract time, and it just seems
How
like...
good did he look when it was contract time?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did look really good.
I don't think he was deserving of Player of the Year that sort of time.
No.
And I think it's laughable that he was Player of the Year when we had our worst defensive thing. I like what Brandon's got, even if it's just energy. There's a little quality to his game as well. There is a little bit of a quality.
Well, talking about that just energy, like you said, I mentioned it on the Stretford Paddock stream. That's something that Dan James has bought. Just energy. Like, when he gets the ball, he tries to go past a man. He tries to make something happen. He's exciting. He's sprinting with the ball. The amount of players at United at the moment who get the ball, stand up, slow it down, look to the sides. Brandon Williams actually is sprinting. Is creating a lot when he's on the ball.
Mo Wada says, overhyping the kids, come on. Did he not just get man of the match tonight?
Yeah, and you can't say that saying that someone's a good player and that they should play for United is overhyping. We're not saying he's the best left back since Maldini. We're saying that we'd like to see him play more because he's good. Yeah, that's just a compliment. It's not overhyping.
I mean, did he get man of the match? I think he got man of the match.
Did he?
Steve choosing popular opinions for the likes. That's a genuine question. I think if we'd have asked this 2 weeks ago, how many people would have agreed? I think tonight people are starting to say, yeah, I'd fucking go with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Give Shaw 3-month contracts. That's a good shout.
One of those pay-as-you-play contracts.
Aside from that, there wasn't a hell of a lot to be proud of. We dominated possession, which fundamentally means nothing.
No.
One shot on target, which was the penalty, isn't good enough fundamentally.
No.
And what we've seen and what we've discussed all season is the lack of chance creation.
Yeah.
And that didn't change tonight, and I think it still goes back to having a better midfield. I don't think Lingard was good enough. I don't think Mata was good enough. No. I don't think Wan-Bissaka offers enough as a wing-back to be played in there on a regular basis. I don't think Tony Marshall's got the movement. He was all over the gaff tonight. Now, we didn't put a lot of balls.
Who'd been out for 6 weeks, to be fair, didn't he?
It might be that.
Yeah.
It might be that. I think if Ollie wants this team in his image, I can kind of see the traits that I think he's going for, and it involves players that look a lot more like Dan James, Marcus Rashford, Brandon Williams than anything else.
Yeah, and Mata just doesn't have the legs anymore. I think Martial, he has. It's weird. He's sort of. There was one point for 3 or 4 games under Mourinho where he was playing as a left winger where he sort of decided he'd try tracking back, and since then. That's just not part of his game. He doesn't. It looks like he only sprints when he's on the ball or when he's after the ball. He never sprints to close defences down like Lingard does. He's never, like I said, talking about Rashford. One thing you can always say about Rashford is he puts 100% in. And Martial sometimes he's got that sort of languid kind of slow style that looks lazy when he's not scoring goals.
Johnny Blade with the craziest question of the night: did we not bring on Greenwood because of the racist fans?
No.
Started Marshall, brought on Rashford.
Yeah. I don't think...
Saka started.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't just
Lingard
United.
started.
Yeah. I don't think so. Oh, and to be fair, we had the sound off as well. I wasn't even aware there was any suggestion of racism. I don't know if that's been something that's been brought up.
Do I think Wan-Bissaka needs to improve in the final third? Absolutely.
Yeah.
We knew that.
Do you think, you spoke about this before, the ability for players to actually improve in terms of just like, not just like the statistics can improve and increase the percentage that they do the right thing, but do you think Wan-Bissaka has it within him to become a top attacking fullback, or do you think
that was a Premier League academy winger?
Right. So why do you think we're not seeing it, and why do you think we didn't see it at Crystal Palace?
I don't know. There was a period of time when Antonio Valencia switched from being an attacker to a defender. He looked shit going forward. I wonder if it's because he's concentrating so hard on the defensive side of the game that he's not training. If his training maybe used to be 70-30, but now it's 100%.
Yeah. Well, you see that a lot in MMA, don't you, where people train specific things. But you never really hear about it in football of what percentage of the time a fullback is training crosses, is training step-overs to go past a man, is training 1-2s to go past a man. You don't really know what the training regime's like, and I suppose under Solskjaer you'd assume that, especially if we're trying to play this 3-5-2, they'd be practicing a lot going forward, but he doesn't seem to have improved that much going forward since the start of the season.
Are people really still going on about Ollie here at the minute? On what basis do you think we're improving? Like, do you actually think we're improving? Did I say I think we was improving? I said tonight was a good result.
Yeah. And also, I think what you're seeing is a manager that, I mean, this early on in the season.
Let's answer this, man. On what basis does Ollie deserve time? This is from Foot 6. On what basis does Ollie deserve time? Because we're getting worse, is what he says.
Well, one,
the team's fucking terrible.
The team is terrible, which isn't his fault. What manager that's better than him is available at the moment? So if you sack him
Probably
now,
your mic's fucked again.
Is it? If you sack him now, who do you bring in that's better? I think United, for the first time since Ferguson left, are trying to go forward with a plan.
Hang on, I think yours is dead. Can we fucking sort his mic out for us, or can you monitor it, and I'll just talk until we get a thingy back. Swap it if you have to.
We'll share a mic like the Beatles.
Right, I was trying to open Discord, but it is not letting me on this now. Well, let's have a look what the review questions are saying. Can we just skip matches now, says Mighty Mike. Do I think the formation from tonight and the weekend is the way to go with this squad? Now, Dean, on this one, I did sort of speak to the lads in the office about this prior to us going live, and I did have a bit of a think about this. If we'd have gone back to a back four tonight, I probably would have been a little happier than if we'd have just do what we did, which is to just come straight out the gate with a back five again. Because are you telling me that we just happened to have the perfect tactical setup in a back five for Partizan and Liverpool? Because I don't fucking think so.
Well, it's interesting, yeah. But I think a lot.
Hang on, is this on? Let's just say,
working?
is this on?
Hello.
And I'll carry on with what I was saying until we get a reply in the comments.
It's good, okay, good.
It's good, all right, so.
Very good.
So, if my issue with it is that we've stumbled upon this fucker halfway through the season and it worked for Liverpool and now you go and it works. That, to me, is not tactical flexibility. That's actually fucking terrifying.
Well, okay, I agree that there's certainly potential that the idea that we've just happened to stumble across this great formation seems sort of naive and, like you said, reactionary. Yeah. But what about the fact that Conte did the same thing with Chelsea, started playing, it was either 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3, lost a game to...
You went 3-4-3 though.
And then went 3-4-3 and won 25 games out of the next 28. Like, they just made that decision based on a loss and won the league with it. So I agree with your point, but I think sometimes...
But it felt like it was very deliberate to go with 4-2-3-1 all summer, all season, and now we've just like gone, fuck it, and it worked. Well, I don't like that.
No.
I like to be more planned than that. You know what I'm like. I'm a fucking nerd for planning.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like it's a reaction to something rather than something that was thought out. But I would say that I think we did play it a few times in the second half of some pre-season games, which suggests to me that he's had it at least in the back of his mind for a while. But yeah, it's slightly odd that we won we didn't win against Liverpool, obviously. We played well in a game, he got some credit from the fans, and now we've stuck with it again. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit reactionary, but hopefully it's just... Maybe we have stumbled across something good. There's not necessarily anything wrong with that either, if that's how it is.
If it ends up being the one, then fine. I've always said for a while I like the two-striker system. I like what it does, not so necessarily tonight, but I do like the two-striker system. I think three at the back plays to our strengths with having a base as centre-halves that can actually come out from the back. It does push the full-backs on and gives them an attacking threat and an attacking option. I'd just like to be a bit more organised and planned rather than be like fucking scattergun. Like, it shows such a lack of everything. It shows such a horrendous, like, Hail Mary attempt at something working. Like, I hope this works and we'll keep it until it's done. And then what the fuck's all that about?
That's what bothers me. I'm not quite as reserved and against the idea that you can stumble across something, but the let's keep it until it doesn't work thing. It does kind of feel like we'll just sort of run everything into the ground and try something else. We'll run it into the ground and try something else. But hopefully, with the two or three more transfer windows under his belt, we will see a system that doesn't seem like it's relied on bad performances to change things. Hopefully we'll see consistent good performances that can shape the team.
As everyone says, no matter the formation, we can't get the ball into the final third. No, we sold a load of midfielders and some attackers, and now for some reason we're wondering why we can't create chances. It's fucking... And again, it's only one goal.
Again, it's only one goal, but it's a win, which is more important than, I think, the goals. But yeah.
Bob Vickers says, stop saying Ollie needs more time and who else is out there. It's complete bullshit. I mean, it's not. It's two massively valid points.
Yeah.
You need time. If you're going to build a squad, you need multiple windows to be able to do it. Is he the right man? I still don't know.
No.
But he's the man we've got now, and I would like us to go down the road of thinking he's the man until we prove that he is not the man.
Yeah, what I'd like to say is, do you think Ollie has been given the best circumstances to succeed? And do you think keeping him will increase his chances that he will succeed? I think he hasn't been given the best circumstances, and if we keep him longer, it seems the way we're trying to play, the way the transfer market's working at the moment, will increase those chances of succeeding for him. I think you've got to give him time.
You've got to give him time. You absolutely do. I just wanted to check a result or a current fixture. Just having a look. Fucking hell, Arsenal losing at home to Victoria de Guimarães.
Where are they even from?
I think she's a Victoria's Secret model.
She sounds gorgeous.
She sounds fit, doesn't she?
Yeah, and back to the point of just because there's no one else available doesn't mean Solskjaer. It's not like when you break up with your girlfriend, you can't really be single for a while as a club. Like, we can't just have no manager for 6 months. Like, well, I suppose, Giggs would beg to differ, but there's no point sacking Solskjaer with no one else available. And I know that seems like it's whatever, but I think it's important that there's someone lined up.
Natil says, why can't we focus on the positives? We did. We were talking about Brandon Williams for a couple of minutes.
For a few seconds.
That's it. Oh my fucking God. What's happening on the training pitch because the players look lost? Well, yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I saw us doing a lot of press. We saw us doing a lot of press.
Pre-season.
That seemed to be what they was focusing on. That seems to be the thing that they was trying to make happen. Since then, who the fuck knows?
The press worked against Liverpool. I honestly think it's one of the,
it doesn't work when you've got the ball like
no, well, that's the thing. It's like, what is there beyond that press? We're not sure. We didn't see much attacking play, did we? We saw the sort of defensive.
Allegri is available. What are you talking about?
But
Listen, brother, Allegri fucking absolutely blew the lid off it at AC Milan, which was a team that was far superior to this one. He's been given, much like a lot of other managers out there, he's been given great squads and done good stuff with them, but he's never built a squad.
Yeah.
What makes you think Allegri can build a squad? What can he do with this fucking embarrassing little cock that we've got? You can't make it a whopper.
He's never managed in England, so we don't know how his tactics would translate to England. He's also a very defensive first manager, which is something we're trying to move away from.
Pochettino will be available in a couple of weeks.
Because he got sacked from Tottenham.
Yeah, probably because Tottenham are going to bin him because he's absolutely fucked it up with a great squad. And people go, well, he built that squad. Sound.
Yeah.
But he's the job's the manager. Yeah. And how do we know that it wasn't built by the directors of football that are around him? We don't know what Poch's involvement with those was. He got them into a very good team.
I mean, I think Poch is a good manager in a way that you're quite against Poch. I think he's a good manager, but you could
can't speak English, man.
You could certainly ask almost all of the same questions you can ask of Solskjaer of Poch. How do you translate good form into winning trophies? How do you explain this awful run of form since February?
He won 5 championships with Juve. Juve are by far and away the best team in fucking Italy.
I've won 5 championships with Juve. Everyone has. You have. Everyone's managed Juve for a few years and got a few titles with them. It's impossible not to.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. You're all right.
I can only assume the people that are fucking wanking themselves stupid for Allegri just don't know anything about Allegri. Why is he getting his knob out again? Like, I didn't see enough of that.
It happens every time. I've seen it hundreds of times.
Do you know what? And I find it highly rude that he didn't blood it up a little bit as well.
Yeah, he left it. He left it looking like a baby bird that fell out of its nest.
Why am I getting? It's Adam McCullough, everybody, from the Full-Time Devils.
Just got back from Belgrade, lad.
The Full-Time Devil. You've been in Bahrain?
Bahrain, yeah.
Have you?
We just played Partizan Bahrain.
I didn't know what you said.
I've just got back.
I still had the image of your penis in my mind. Not a lot. How are you
It's
doing?
not the first time I've been sandwiched in the middle of the use, like on my knees.
Amen, brother.
It's probably not going to get turned into a meme this time.
Yeah. Allegri is Jose too. Yeah, you're absolutely spotty dog. That is exactly what it is. Poch is proven in developing young players in the Premier League. And he's also proven to be fucking underachieving with a top team in the Premier League as well. Frank Lampard is better. No, Frank Lampard literally lost to this manager this season. I was there.
You know what the thing with why they're getting hyped over Frank Lampard playing loads of youngsters.
Midfield.
Also, this is the honeymoon period for them.
Yeah.
Ollie
had a better honeymoon period than Lampard's.
Ollie had a record break.
And with a worse team.
So, don't know what they're talking
Arsenal
about.
losing.
Yeah, 2-1 against Vitória, unless someone scored again. Vitória Guimarães.
A little bit of time, you impatient fucking widges.
And you know what, today as well, what I didn't get the complaints, like, I can understand if this was Norwich, we just played with a full-strength team.
Don't worry about it.
Today, we put Brandon Williams, James Garner, who played half decent for me. I thought they played well. Brandon Williams, my man of the match. Those two were amazing.
Yeah.
Martial's just back from injury. Lingard's just back from injury.
Phil Jones playing his first game in however long.
Phil Jones playing is a...
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And then...
Romero in there.
I felt so for Maguire today. There's one point, he must have looked around and thought...
Did you see that one time that we got
hell
his
are
ankle,
Can't speak English.
broken terribly.
Like, none of these speak the same language as me. Got fucking Phil
That
Jones
includes
there,
Phil Jones,
halfway
yeah.
through a crayon, and fucking Rojo on the other side of me, just off his fucking tits.
But you see, Maguire getting turned up's going to be a meme, isn't it?
Yeah. Ankles all over the place.
Talking about memes.
Talking about memes, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you two.
Why are we consistently being turned into a meme?
But it's only in Africa.
Was that African again, that one?
It's like these
Big
Nigerian
African-
pages.
Big African meme pages.
But have you seen, there was a video it might have been South Africa, of a white fella that looked like Jesus, and he was paid to be there.
Really?
Joe?
That's a new market for me. See you later, Steve. I've got a new job.
I think...
I'm South African
And you
Jesus.
looked more like Jesus than him.
Really?
Right, before we fire off,
Sorry.
I got a little bit of a shout out for everybody. If you want to come and support the channel, then you need to come and join the Patreon club. It's in the description, the link. We are just a couple away from 600. We have got a meetup tomorrow, so you can join tonight and come and play 7-a-side. I didn't say 5-a-side, but 7-a-side with us tomorrow. Jesus will be there. Adam McCullough will not be there. I don't think.
Unless you want to come.
You can come and play against all the studio lads. You can kick Cam in the ankle if you want and call him a fucking knobhead Chelsea fan.
Yeah, do
You
that.
can do that, and you definitely should.
I think if you do that, I will pay for your Patreon for the year.
Boom, there you go.
How much is that first?
50 quid.
Oh, that's all right.
Pocket change, innit?
He nicks 50 quid off me every time I see him anyway.
Belong. There's inside info in terms of United. Like, you got the team news in there this afternoon that Brandon and Jimmy Garner was starting. Transfer news was in there. Wan-Bissaka news was in there in March. That's how early that we found out about it in there. If you want to know about all that kind of shit, there's a FIFA worldwide competition that's going on, which hasn't started yet, so you can still get involved in that. There's going to be a Manchester meetup probably just before Christmas with hopefully Wes Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Which we're going to use as our little Christmas party. Patrons can come free of charge because you've already paid. It supports this channel. We're planning a Dublin meetup, which will be 5-a-side in Dublin, and then a live podcast with an Irish legend. Will there be pizza and beer? Do you fucking breathe
What are you on
oxygen?
Of course there's
Is
pizza,
pizza
and
and beer like just falling off him at all
Yeah,
times?
that's literally my brand, brother.
There's more chance of pizza than beer.
Yeah.
There is.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's in it.
There's
So-
always pizza. Come on.
If you want to support the channel, you support the things that we're doing on here and on Stretford Paddock and on all the rest of that, and get a load of extra content and behind the scenes shit for it, then the link is in the description. Come and join the party. We are only like 150 off making that Manchester one happen, and the one in Dublin will be off the fucking hook.
Yeah, it's gonna
believe you me. Like, literally,
Can I come?
you can come at that one. We've got a United Irish legend. It's going to be well worth checking out.
It's me.
So, in the descriptions,
It's not really me.
come and join
Before
us.
people start unsubscribing.
Nope,
for
it's
the
one that's
Patreon.
won the Champions League with us. So, come and check it out. Link is in the description, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Roy Keane.
Laters. And I'll see you tomorrow if you... Finish on my fuck it.